just now did it. That's crazy. That's pretty funny. Then it reset. Okay. So that could be radio frequency. I'm right by an Air Force base. I'll see if it sticks again. I'm trying to show you guys how you can override. Basically, it's either a malfunction within the actual monitor, or it's a radio signal injection hacking. So I don't know how they would target. They could target certain people in certain fields for whatever reason. Maybe to deter them, maybe to, I don't know. In the Google, it said a malicious actor, is what it said, that uses radio signal injection hacking to throw these off. But basically it looks like this, okay? So it's not stuck now. You can see that it's moving. This is the iPhone 17. Okay, let's say it sticks. Like sometimes it'll do if you're messing around too much on blah, blah, blah. Or whatever, for whatever reason. You hit radio, then you hit media, and you go back through, just like that. You might get like a little copyright hit if you're showing it on YouTube. I muted mine, so I'll do it again. So radio, I'm muting radio right here. You don't have to mute the radio, but I just did it so it wouldn't get a copyright. And then boom, it's back in there. That's all you do. You just hit radio and then media. And that resets it. So if it's a malfunction, it resets it. If it's a radio signal injection hacking, then I think that resets it too. I don't know which one it is, you know, but someone could find out, you know, because these are pretty flawless and they work most of the time. But depending on if it's the high frequency of radio, could be someone else's radio, could it be another car going by? I don't know for sure. It could be a malfunction within the monitor, but that does reset it. It's like turning the computer off and on. They might have something that automatically does it in the future, so that it doesn't ever stick. And these type of shows show this kind of stuff. All right, to the next one. Next house, 4.8 off, and I'll have to edit to show you. Turn that off. Okay. Now, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn on YouTube right here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so it didn't stick. I thought it was going to. But let's say you turn on like YouTube right here, and it's actively doing something. Okay. Then you hit radio, and you're able to do it. You get a copyright, and then right here, you go back through. You can get that again. I may not get that. It's a very slight thing of stinging the police. That's what you do, and it resets it. I was trying to talk about that last night. All right, so I want to show you, okay, if it's the radio frequency injection hacking, or if it's a malfunction. This is mode, which goes right to radio if you study the Kia manual. Watch. Feature currently unavailable. It'll also say Apple CarPlay. Watch. Apple CarPlay, feature currently. That means it's preparing to stick. Okay? The way out of it is to hit radio when it lets you. I'm not using this device. That's the iPhone 17 that's connected. So I thought it was because of recording. But this is free, right? So this doesn't have a USB at the end of it. And I'm able to airdrop these into the new phone. So it might be in order depending on how much time I have to edit. And then again, it may not be. So you'll still be able to understand it even if it's out of order, because it's still information. Okay, so one way that 100% of the time, and I can show you this, 100% of the time, if I'm messing with YouTube.
About acting, he is the gift to actors to find truth in
okay, so
everyday circumstance. Watch. I had the privilege.
That's 100% of the time. Okay, Does that make sense? So it's probably most likely a malfunction. But what it does is it does reset that. This is like complex stuff, but it does. If you don't follow that process, it'll just do this. Watch. Okay, it'll start to work again. There's David Bowie's copyright. So it'll start to work again. Now, let me see if it'll change channels. I'm gonna bring the volume up for the copyright. Hit here. Okay. Now it's functioning. It's going between channels.
Right here, yeah.
Does that make sense? So that realigns it, this device here, which is basically, that's YouTube. That's what I've noticed. So real quick, we're gonna go over Laura Dern's crazy Criterion collection film, Set Off the Alarms in the Neighborhood. Three Women's awesome. I would have chose that one for sure if I would have got it. Look at this sunlight right here. Is that not cool? I'm looking through my special smart glasses. Okay. Three Women was Robert Altman, one of my favorites. Shelley Duvall, brilliant. Everybody's brilliant in that. Love that movie. I would have chose that one. Maccabee and Miss Miller, got to do study on that one. Fanny and Alexander is a television thing that Ingmar Bergman did. He did on television, and he has a film version, a theatrical version too. That one's pretty cool. That one's pretty cool. Check out these homeowners right here with the kid. Persona is Ingmar Bergman. Need to study that one more. And then we're going to look at this really cool mural right here. Sorry, I'm at David Lynch. Okay. Diabolic. I've heard of that one. They've talked about that one before. The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Yes. Okay. That one's like a dance. Yeah. I'm learning. Yeah. That one's like composed like a dance. And that's, I don't know the filmmaker's name on most, probably all these. Some of them I do though. Okay. Bella de Jour has been mentioned. The Philadelphia Story. I'm going to say
George Cukor.
I may not know that one. David Lynch, The Art Life. I just saw it the other day on the Criterion. It's actually pretty cool. You can see it on YouTube too, I think, parts of it. Inland Empire. Okay, I was there during Inland Empire's premiere in Dallas at the USA Film Festival, and I met David Lynch. And he told me, I said, how much is it improv? And he said, everything's scripted, Cole. Everything's scripted. And, you know, I believe him. I believe him. I found out Inland Empire was not scripted. But we don't know. At least you have the script. Laura Dern would know. This is her list. Okay. Keeping on. Okay, Inland Empire's there. Smooth Talk, don't know. Real Life, don't know. Defending Your Life, that's with Albert Brooks, is all I know. Because Jordan Lyon was talking about the other day. I need to re-see that one. That one's supposed to be good. It's about heaven. You're like going to heaven. Like Meryl Streep, I think maybe might be in it. She's got to be like... She's like 5 years away or something from, it's about like good people and their deeds in heaven and stuff like that. Real Life. Okay, Essential. Fellini, everyone talks about that one. The Awful Truth. Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee. That's easy. The Night of the Hunter. I'm going to guess Orson Welles. The Last Picture Show. That's set in Texas. That has Jeff Bridges in it. I believe Sybil Shepherd too, and that's black and white. It's a beautiful film. I'm gonna have to revamp on the director to find out the director's name on that one. The Last Picture Shows. I should know that. It's a sin that I don't know it, but I've known it before in the past. I just haven't revisited the film. It's like a language. Film is, you have to revisit it and watch it over and over again. I might can guess it and get it before the end of this little thing. And then America Lost and Found, the BABS. Yeah, they've mentioned that one too. This is really hot Criterion collection movies from the Criterion channel. And also, of course, from the Criterion Closet. Thank you, Laura Dern. I haven't met Laura Dern. I'd been cool if she was at Inland Empire. I would want to get an autograph for sure. My favorite, well, everyone likes Wild at Heart. I'll have to think of my favorite with Laura Dern. I haven't seen the new Bradley Cooper. Is This Thing On? I'm sure she's great in that. Even though Bradley Cooper is one of my peers. I got to knock on a door here in a minute. Not because of Bradley Cooper. I'm thanking God that I'm not in Brooklyn rather than Fort Worth, because people have knocked in doors in Brooklyn. Salespeople have. It's a little bit different. But yeah, Last Picture Show. I should know that. Why don't I know that? The Last Picture Show. Jeff Bridges, Sybil Shepherd. I'll look it up. All right, we got a jammed one. So just give me a second. All right, I was using the camera. You can see the camera. That's why it jammed. So I'm gonna take it off of that, and I'm gonna go to radio. Then I'm gonna go back to media, and then it's back to good. A little laggy, but that's what you have to do. It's because these systems are a little, even though it's 2 years old, they don't realize that people use like Cells Rabbit, YouTube, Redfin, you know. They have to almost be like an iPad, or they'll just freeze. The way to get out of it is just hit radio media. But I also have problems with just using YouTube on it only, and I don't know if it's the radio frequency, why radio resets it. It's not necessarily you're turning it off and turning it back on, but it could be a radio signal injection. I doubt it's not, but that's a hacking tool that other people can use against other people to try to slow them down, I guess. I don't know. But it resets with the radio and the media, so you just, and then it just goes back to that. What is that, like some kind of station or something? Oh, it's a cafe in Taco Bell. Okay. So they have a Live Moss cafe in Taco Bell. Cool. All right, it's the Taco Bell in Richland Hills. There's Linda. All right, it's February 9th, 2026. There's Linda. She's made it back into the vlog. And we're gonna go to Chipotle. And you can scan the app at the counter, which is kind of cool. You don't have to order it online. You just go in there with your app and scan it. I got free guacamole doing that. So they have two different types of rice. They've got the brown rice and the white, and there's different types of beans. Here's the chicken right here. Probably going with the chicken one. And there's different ingredients that go in it. Going with the high protein. Go with the brown. Yeah, we're gonna go with the I guess both beans, black and pinto. And go with a little bit of everything. But stay away from the hot, go with the mild. So it came with a free B-Day drink, whatever that is. Berry is good for memory. People gave me an extra container so I can give some. It'll also come out here if you're going to get hit with too much copyright music. I got a little place right over this way. I'm trying to think what a good angle would be. Yep, this one would be right over here. Hey, sweetie. I found one that actually, there's a shot of Chipotle right over this way. So if I'm sitting right here, then, so, you know, there's Linda.
Hi, y'all.
We can still get the Chipotle. Yeah, welcome to the Please Subscribe show. Oh, and I'm also drinking this Max Hydration, which you can get at Aldi's. But also this berry drink, too. I got some of this berry stuff there. I guess it goes by Berry Agua Fresca. More Tabasco. Linda was asking about this Chipotle Tabasco pepper. Is this it right here?
Yes,
Chipotle.
that's it.
Okay, we got like enough Chipotle. All right, so we're going to share some of this right here. Okay. So we're doing 100% yours and 100% mine.
Correct.
100 and 100. Let me grab this
delicious.
one right here.
That's
It's
right.
pretty good. Yeah, I could probably use this. As long as the wind doesn't blow it down too much. Probably use this one as there.
Is this chicken?
So this Chipotle. Yeah, it's chicken.
And you added sour cream?
They automatically do.
Oh.
They say a little bit of everything. The only thing that's extra is the guacamole.
What kind of sauce did you use? They have 3 different sauces. The
I just said
verde,
mild.
green mild. Yeah, mild. It doesn't say mild. It's called something else. I forgot. All right, let's go. I do like the corn.
Mild. I just asked for mild. I don't know if they said verde.
I forget. There's 3 different ones. On a time crunch today, y'all.
How is it?
Delicious.
And you're using this Chipotle Tabasco pepper sauce, which is pretty good.
It already has enough flavor. I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm. What is this stuff right here? It's like a leaf. They put like a leaf in it. Maybe it just bypasses from the seasoning.
Maybe.
Do you know what kind of leaf it's used? The leaf they use?
Maybe a bay leaf?
So it's a bay leaf. Are they supposed to put bay leaves in it? They probably do. I don't know if they're supposed to put the bay leaf in it.
Do you ask for extra sour cream?
Mm-mm.
Seems pretty wet.
They just put it in there.
Well, you're because the moisture of the lettuce.
I think they all taste a little different. Each one's, like each Chipotle, they'll have like a different taste.
Sorry.
Spicy. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this Tabasco. chipotle pepper. This must go quick because it's almost empty. Let's see. I asked for it, but she didn't give me a new one. So, I don't know.
You asked for a new one?
Well, I asked for it, but that's the one that she gave me, which is pretty much empty. Maybe she didn't see there's actually another one.
Probably underneath the cabinet.
But I do have regular Tabasco sauce right here. Yeah, I think they only had 2 that were out. This is regular Tabasco. Did you want some regular? Just the Chipotle? Okay. No, maybe she was too busy. It's like if you get chips, you can let your neighbors know that, you know, you're actually, you know, feeding your mouth. And you can, but if you don't get chips and I look over, you can go like this. Like right here. Looking good. Yeah, it's a brown rice.
I like the cilantro on it.
And the berry aqua is what they call it, fresca. Is it berry fresca aqua? Yeah, berry fresca aqua is actually pretty good. It's not bad. I got this free with the B-Day coupon by scanning the app. Not a bad deal. Was yours good? Mm-hmm. Man, I cleaned my plate. Chipotle. Right, we had our lunch at Chipotle. Please subscribe. And Linda's getting really good at hitting her mark. All right. Right, first door-to-door, 2:11 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.6. First of the day. This is our 3rd day. It's actually officially our 2nd day because one of the days was a training day, but I'm counting the 3rd day. So 0.6. Stephen King's Overlook. The Overlook. That's the name of the hotel. It was really the Stanley. That was the real name of the hotel that Tabitha and Stephen King stayed at. But he changed the name to the Overlook. Probably because he heard that, or he wanted to use that word, to overlook. It's like to look over or to see the scenery of something. So they called the hotel the Overlook, even though it was really called the Stanley. So he turned everything into fiction. All right, day 3, next house, 1 mile. Nope, it's not one battle after another. It's the Please Subscribe show. I fooled you for a minute. Right, next house, 1.2. Next house, 1.1. Men at work. Emilio Estevez and his brother Charlie Sheen. Only they were just Hollywood actors pretending. I don't know, I heard they really went on a few routes picking up trash. They still pick up trash, it's just only on Netflix. Alright. So we have to reset the radio. We got a radio fuel injection signal. And we're gonna have to mess around probably. I was able to deter the radio signal injection if it's hacking or malfunction. It could be a malfunction too. So I was able to overthrow the malfunction or the hacking just by going into Sales Rabbit and hitting radio. You can also go into YouTube and hit radio. And then you go back to media and then it resets. That's how it's going on in the Kia, in this particular Kia. So I don't know if it happens in different models. But it's easier than having to unplug and then replug. and re-engage the USB. You can do that as well too, but it doesn't always work as quick. It's better to turn the radio on and then turn it back to media. I don't know if it's hacking. I don't know if it's malfunction. It's either one of the two. So, bad notes for Kia, unfortunately. Even though they're halfway mechanically, I say in some cases, superior to other vehicles. They need to work on that more. Next house, point 3. It's known as a cactus squirrel. They drink cactus juice. I believe it's an F-39, from what I can see. Right up the trees. The previous homeowners. Next home, 2.9. Next house, 2.5. One of my vlogs when I was doing this for Safe Haven, there were some deer that were not too far from here, like 10 of them, like a Saturday morning or something. And no address there. So they need address. I worked at for many years. Is actually listed on here. Next house, 2.9. Here's one bonus about Lake Worth. This is the cheapest gas in Texas, probably. This Walmart gas station's always crowded. Look at these, they're doubling up there. Can't tell if it's number. Okay, let's see. Okay, that one is open right there. No, it's got a yellow thing on it. But car keys coming out there. CRV. That Silver Alert, that's what he was driving. It was like a gray CRV Honda. It looked like that one. They're still looking for him out of Woodson County. That's the model of it. Pull him out of that, pull that hippie out and discipline him. Next house, 2.3. Okay, next house, 3.6. Here's the butterfly. At night, lights up. So Uber wants $11 to go, I don't know, maybe 5 miles, which is really about $2 a mile. So I'm gonna, Linda's in the area, I'm gonna pick up Linda and save us $11. I always, when I'm doing Uber, like secret Uber, I only do $1 a mile. That's what I tell people. But there's a few far in between. There's only a few good rideshare drivers nowadays. But now they do $2 a mile, basically. So good luck for people that have to use Uber to get to and from work.
the pizzas. That was the weird thing. I was trying, because it was a digital coupon. I typed it in, but I typed in the other stuff.
All right, so did you get what you needed?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Thank you. Maybe they clipped the coupon or something. I don't know. So if they were the pizzas, I thought I clipped them. Let's keep going.
All right, let's go.
Okay. I got it. You want to shut my camera up in your face?
And that's why it's very, very bad.
All right.
That's why I probably is
You wanted to what? Oh. This is where the deer were the other day. At night, you gotta watch out. Whole family of deer will be like crossing right through here. We're not too far from the lake. All right, next house, 1 mile. Next house, 2 miles. 2 miles. One of the main purposes of Apple CarPlay is for multitasking. So I am using the iPhone 17. I am plugged in. You can see that I'm plugged in to the USB. And that's C to USB, so that can be a reason for the malfunction or the sticking as well, and probably is, but I've had it stick even though I was only using Apple CarPlay only and not really like listening or streaming on YouTube. You can stream on YouTube for like a radio, or stream on, like, let's say a lot of people use Spotify or SoundCloud, which does it a little bit different than YouTube. That's what I was trying to show, seeing if it would stick, but it's not lately. So whenever you go to radio like this, it'll say feature not, yeah, that's because it's focused in on this right here. But if I turn this off, and I'll show you with this device right here, I can airdrop the information in with this device. So if I turn this off, and I'll have to edit to show you. Okay, there's a car parked in the back, covered, and the fan's on. I'm gonna go ahead and knock anyway. I wasn't going to. I was gonna put them not home. Lucy Liu, 2005. Pretty cool. Right, practice take. So yes, I understand it's hard right now when you're first moving in. It can be very difficult, and I appreciate that. And where'd you move from? Dallas? That's like 30 minutes a long ways. It's very different here in Fort Worth, huh? It's kind of more country and cozy and hometown. You like it? That's wonderful. Now, let me explain. My job here is pretty easy, okay? I'm just here to look at the old equipment, to see what needs to be replaced, and to find out when we can install the new equipment. Also, I want to find out if I can get all this to you for free in the new homeowners program. Got it? Very simple. Does that sound good? That's Lake Como. Back in the 90s, you had to wear a bulletproof vest to go swimming. It's gotten better now, though. You don't want to wear a bulletproof vest when you swim. It's kind of heavy. Man, look at that Honda. Is that not crazy? That'd be a not moved in. All right, next one, 1.7. Little bit of research. No lawn mowing. And a package. I would probably say not moved in yet, but there's a light on. And there's no movement, no blinds. So not moved in yet. Next one, 2.9. Little Cybertruck by Tesla just conveniently showed up. Don't knock on that one. Yeah, those people are about to be probably renters. What do you like, foreclose in one home and jump into another one? They call it flipping. Yeah. He's like, read the sign. The sign's out there. Okay, that's fine. He just opens the door and points to the sign that says, all Amazon packages and other packages will be left here. I hope he has the encrypted camera. So why do they do that anyway? Because you have half the chance to be his neighbor. He doesn't like that idea. Right, next house, 1.5. Looks like they already got it. All right, next home, 3. This is seasoned tortillas from Aldi. $2.85 a bag for family size. I got it in my lunch bag. Hey, it's go time. Clear the noise and get locked in. Don't drop the ball. Here we go. Go time. Review your targets and routes. Reset your mindset. Confident, aggressive, and patient. A, B, C. Always be cuddling. And closing. Visualize winning your first interaction on primetime. We're talking primetime YouTube, baby. Clock hits 0, it's go time. No hesitation. The go time belongs to you. No hesitation, no drift. Prime time belongs to you. The old house that my ex, I guess you call it, high school sweetheart lived in. They revamped it. Looks really nice. Like a whole different world. Didn't look nothing like that back in the 90s. Next house, 0.5. I don't know. Lights on, there's a car. But I would probably say they're not there. Please be closing. It's a nice little setup right there. My Lord of Heaven. I thought it was 2 houses. Boy, they've got a lot of doors on that one, I'll tell you that. From Oregon. 1990s, that was a Blockbuster. And then further down that way, they had a Hollywood Video. You could get basically a movie for, I think it was like 49 cents or something. Or it was even cheaper than that. It was like you could get 2 movies for 49 cents. They're like 25 cents a movie. You could rent them for one night. I got like the entire first season of Twin Peaks, David Lynch Twin Peaks. And I think I remember seeing movies like Tom Courtenay's Last Butterfly. There, that particular Blockbuster back right there is where I saw the Taxi Driver, which turned out to be my favorite movie, and Hamlet by Laurence Olivier. But I saw a lot of other ones too. Like I would probably say maybe hundreds of other type of movies too. But yeah, the Hollywood Video is super cheap. It was 25 cents a movie or something. This is the old road that I lived on between 1990 and probably like off and on till 2000, whenever I finally graduated college at UNT. But my mom lived on 2618 Willing. This is Willing Street right here. But one of the leads is on there. I mean, it's a new homeowner. That was a pawn shop. That was still a pawn shop, even when I was in high school. It's the same pawn shop. But over there, which you can't see right there, that was a 7-Eleven. It's not a 7-Eleven anymore. They moved it. It was very convenient to have that 7-Eleven right there. Now it's like a Texas car title thing. A car title loan place. But it was a 7-Eleven when I was younger. And this is a Southwestern Bell. One of my first emails, or actually one of my emails, it's an email I have. It's from Southwestern Bell. That's what that is right there. One of the first emails. Isn't that weird? I lived right down that way. I don't know why. Okay, is this the one? That's Southwestern Bell. That's where their headquarters. Well, I told him about the high frequency devices that scrambled the footage, and he's just very happy to get moved in. He got moved in really quick. He even got his lights up in the back. But totally just doing ring and nest, which is, you know, not the right way. That's what it looks like in the daytime. And on the map. Next door, 1.7. Looks like these puppies aren't going to move in till May. Old homeowners still here. The last picture show is Peter Bogdanovich. In 2022, he also did Paper Moon. It was in black and white with Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges. Peter Bogdanovich. Note, Peter Bogdanovich started off as an actor under Stella Adler. Then he became a film director later. Many film directors were actors. Let's see if they're home. Yep, doesn't look like it. That's looked like a light from the street, but it was just a shadow coming off the street. That's like a security light. It looks like a camera right there. Oh, they haven't moved in yet. This house, 1.3. All right, this might be the last door knock for the night, and then we'll switch over and pick up food at restaurants and drop it off at your doorstep, which is a little bit different. At least they require you to knock on the door. Usually it's just a photo, unless it needs a PIN. And there's two ways of saying the PIN. It's the 4-digit code or the destination PIN, GPS PIN. And they spell it the same way, the PIN. They need to find another word for the destination PIN. There's the leap. Is it the leap? Yep, the leap. Like the frog leaps off the leap pond. Or the leap, what's it called? The leap pad. You know, or the frog leaps off the lily pad, right? The frog leaps off the lily pad. That kind of thing. They call the bus the leap, because they're the frogs, the horned frogs. So the bus is called the leap. It's how the frog leaps off one aspect of the lily pad to the other part of the pond. I call that area over there for delivery, I call it way over there, I call it the aquarium, because they all just get in there and they get their food and they just kind of move around and leave. They're a bunch of frogs, exactly what they were. Would you rather be attacked by a bunch of frogs or a ram? Because I was a ram at Texas Wesleyan. Then I turned into an eagle with the claws. We just go, like an eagle just goes and grabs a frog. That's his little snack. Little snack. Their compass, but look at this though. They have a clock on their freaking house. How did they do that? It probably actually works. I would not want that. They're only here for a certain amount of time. It looks like they just left a light on for security. All right, we're going to go to another one. And this one will be the last one. This is like a $3 million home we're gonna go up to. We went during the day, so we're gonna try a different time. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, if it's a $3 million home or a $300,000 home. I mean, it matters, but in this kind of thing, I don't think it makes much of a difference. Pricing's the same. They have brake lights on their electric scooters and electric mopeds, just in case. Some of them have license plates too. I don't know about the scooter, but maybe some of the mopeds might. They can, but I don't think they have to. It's basically like a moped's like kind of like a scooter. That's TCU. Been there since 1873. I'm gonna have to go this way because I do not see a turn sign there. There goes the snag. They're like basically deliverers. Usually there's TCU students sometimes not. Sometimes maybe high school kids. But they're like on little scooters with a bag on the back, dropping off toilet paper, toothpaste, and freaking maybe Mrs. Bear's bread. Other stuff too. Probably it's a stuff called vape and vape cartridges, and calculators, things like that. You know, stuff you need as a college student. Well, I gotta get my vape refilled while I get my calculator. And well, it's gonna be a TI calculator, Texas Instruments. Or the mathematician that's teaching the class can get pissed off if I use a Casio. I used a Casio. We were doing logarithms in math class. I used a Casio. They didn't get mad. You can use a Casio. You can program the Casio the same as a TI. It's about the same programming. They keep all the algebraic programs in there, and they get the answer. It's not hard to get the answer. It's hard to show the work, because those little tiny calculators are not necessarily computers. They don't show the work. I always showed my work. I got a C on the final, but I got an A in all the test things. I had test anxiety at math. Had a guy kind of help me a little bit, but I'd be in the math lab for like 6 hours. This is a true story at UNT. I'd be hanging out with mathematicians. They're like, "What is your department?" I'm theater arts. But you're in the math lab. Yeah, I know. I've been here for 6 hours, longer than my acting class. I got to get through. I got to get my degree. I might be a high school teacher. So you're going to be in here for 6 hours? Yeah, because I'm trying to understand logarithms. This is a true story. They're like, we can't necessarily explain logarithms to you. This is LEAP right here. All logarithm is it's a long number. They use a scientific calculator scale. It's like this long thing, and they can measure this number that your brain, not even Einstein's brain, could keep up with the number. So it's a logarithm because it changes its rhythm because of the large number. So it doesn't jump around like it does jump around, but it's not like algebra. It's not like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's not that easy. It's not something that you logically can kind of understand. It's a rhythm. But it is in physics, it's in astrophysics, it's in all the math, where the math problem goes on and on and on. But it's more the rhythm that they were trying to teach us, on the pattern of a logarithm. And I think it took me 6 hours to kind of understand it. But usually, if you're a mathematician, you'd understand it. But if you're a theater arts major and you're studying like Peter Brook or William Shakespeare, or both, or Peter Bogdanovich filmmaking, you're going to be like, what's a logarithm again? Because you can only handle so much information in college. We're almost there. It's a $3 million home that's off of Alton. This is what the TCU students want to work to achieve, especially the business people. It's sold, but I think it's empty. Let me see. It's $2,999,999, and 1 penny it makes it $3 million. I don't see any. Yeah, they're not here yet. But what is that? Let's just see if that had a license plate on it. It's like a trailer that's in there. The iguana, look at its eyes. It's like purple blue. That had to be done by a TCU art department. Or someone that probably went to TCU. They put a cowboy hat on them. It's for the Fort Worth Zoo. Okay. All right. Got one at McAllister's. 8:07, 4 minutes, 1.2 for the pick. I had to do a quick change. We used to do them all the time in theater, you know, but we'd only have like, you still in real life, you only have a few moments. So we changed costumes going into delivery mode. I gotta have something with a pocket. Go. I've got the pocket right here where I can put my other glasses, since I don't have my bifocals, and I can use this as like, I'm 52, I mean, come on. I can use this as like a kind of a work delivery shirt for right now. I go pick up the McAllisters, so I'm going from door to door to delivery. My acting teacher would always tell me that you have to change many shoes as an actor. So in this world, you know, the set is your stage. Well, the world is your stage. What was I trying to say? The set is not really a stage, but the world is your stage, but the set is pretty much whatever you find it to be. But anyway, the last, I guess I sell t-shirts, like frog t-shirts for TCU frogs. And McAllister is basically way down this way. The little sandwich shop. It used to actually be Stage West, probably like late 90s. I remember I saw Terrence McNally's Lips Together, Teeth Apart, and Sam Shepard's Simpatico. I got a cracker stuck in my throat. Sorry about that. That's what Jerry Russell would always do. He was a big smoker. He played the piano. Well, he'd have someone play the piano and he'd sing all the show tunes. This is where Stage West was, right next to TCU. It was right here. I helped them move their chairs in there at the time. I saw the Swan here. Egloff's the Swan. Now it's a sandwich shop. Pretty much where I'm standing right now is probably where front row of the seats were. It was bigger than this. It was pretty big. It was a theater in the round. They turned it into a sandwich shop. It's still around though. It's on Vickery. A lady named Dana Schultes is one of the artistic directors there. I used to act with her. Yeah, stage. And this used to be Stage West, pretty much. So the marquee was like right here. There's probably photos online. And then you walked in, there was a lobby, and then there was like a theater in the round. It was more like a thrust stage. It wasn't completely 360 around. It was more like 180. They call it a thrust, a thrust stage. Sorry, cracker in my throat. Freaking car's got a muffler like freaking cannon going off. McAllister on the way, 8:31 for the arrival. On weather bug, I didn't check it today. There's a pollen alert, but I think the temperature is going to go as low as 50, 74 to 50 with the pollen alert. You can already, when you're walking around and stuff, you're like, that kind of thing. That's pollen alert stuff. That used to be the Hop, the House of Pizza, also the Aardvark. Now it's Jillon's Grill, and it's got, I guess, Sam Elliott's mural on the side of it. Some artist put it up there. It's a pretty good rendition of him. Cole, I'd ask for that to be put on John's Grill. You'll have to forgive me, I didn't order that. We know you didn't order it, Sam Elliott. We know that was done by some kind of artist that was a big Sam Elliott fan, or at least likes the movie Hero for particular reasons, for the herbal reason, which they put one right next to freaking Pascal High School, an herbal vape store. That's the whole Sam Elliott thing. It's like code for 420 that I'm not really into. If you go straight down this way and turn to the right up there, it's a vape store right completely on the other side of Pascal High School, which is right there. That's where Tyler Sheridan went to. This is kind of a famous town. Yeah, Tyler Sheridan, who wrote Hell or High Water, went to my high school, which is right over that way. Sam Elliott, I don't even know if he's been around here, but he might speak at Pascal one day, maybe, about, I don't know, redemption, drugs, things like that. How I found God, or maybe, I don't know, I'll have to say. He's a hero. Sorry about that. Taylor Sheridan. I called him Tyler. It's Taylor Sheridan. He wrote Hell or High Water and Sicario. I saw him on the Joe Rogan Experience the other day. Yeah, he did go to Pascal. It's pretty cool. He never really talks about it a whole lot. He should speak there too. He could talk about I don't know, the drug cartel, and maybe, I don't know, Hell or Water is not much better to talk about, but he's a good writer, though. He got involved with soap operas first. The low's at 65, so the high was like 70-something. The low's 65. I think I'm having 74 Fahrenheit in the car. These left arrows, I absolutely hate at times because they get laggy. There's that green light. I was in Calabasas, and I was doing a turn kind of very not similar to this at all, but it was like their light system is somehow different. It just looks a little different. Motorcycle, bam, hit me right there. They were kind of right over the hill. Couldn't see them or anything. But it was a red light. I told the officer, I was like, oh my gosh, here's all my information. Take me away. And it's like, listen, man, it happens. Happened to me just the other day. I mean, he wasn't hit by a motorcycle, but meaning there's so much traffic in LA that, you know, a red arrow, and you see the green, and see how the green and then it's red, it'll turn yellow. Usually they'll turn yellow. It doesn't on that one. It'll start blinking yellow. I was surprised I wasn't killed. It was a very scary moment. And I mean, everything went in slow motion. Now we want to hit radio right here and start messing. That time I only had to hit radio once, and it popped back on through there. It didn't even have to switch over. So it disturbs the radio frequency and it kicks back in. That's my theory on the matter. I'm gonna try this one right here. This one is, yeah, I remember this one. They have it closed off right there, and that's the complex right there. So you go through here. You go around this area, I think. Or you go like maybe behind it. That's the side of it. Okay, I think I know now. Okay. It's actually on the other side of it. So you can't go through on the other side of Pet Boys or right there. But you have to go to where that light is. So it won't let you in right there. There it is. Way over here. It's called the Tides. This is the only way you can enter. Where it says you can enter through another way. You have to go all the way through here. So I had 3 friends, and one's passed away and one's still around. One of them was an actor. He probably should have been an opera singer. He was a great singer, but he kind of got, you know, I guess say maybe hooked on the cigarettes and the pills, and it kind of hurt his voice a little bit. But he loved mime. So did I. We both studied mime. And the third friend was more of a playwright. His name's Rob. He lives in town, not too far from here. Rob Vasquez. He's a playwright. But we all 3 had clown names. I was wondering if Charlie Baker had one too. He was on Breaking Bad. He was Skinny Pete. That's kind of a clown name anyway. But my friend, he was a very large man. He played Orson, or he was supposed to play Orson Welles in a play. I think he did. He did play Orson Welles, I think. Let me think. Yeah, he played Orson Welles in Hubcaps Over Hollywood, which was it was a play of Ed Wood. A play about Ed Wood. He played Orson Welles. But he also went to Ohio with me, Gambier, Ohio, and Kenyon College to study mime in an intensive. Later, he would actually study it with Marcel Marceau. He was a big gentleman, but he was very good at clowning and mime, and he had a clown name. All three of us did. His was Bonzo. He's passed away. He passed away in 2012. But he did do clown stuff. I don't know if he did any birthday parties, but he certainly always talked about it. And we did some clowning out at Hip Pocket Theater, and we wore like a little red clown nose and things like that. And we learned a lot of that from Johnny Simons first, who is one of the artistic directors, they're a fan, of Hip Pocket Theater, who brought in mime at Texas Wesleyan University. And then later we would study with Greg Goldston, who was a disciple of Marcel Marceau, which was in Ohio, Gambier, Ohio, at Kenyon College. I had a clown name. I kind of used it. It was called JoJo, but I got it from this song, which is Get Back, the Beatles. So it was a clown name, and I didn't really go out and use it. I didn't do birthday parties. I didn't go out and do clowning a whole lot. But I did do a one-man mime show called A Cup of Joe. It was referring to my clown name, JoJo. So there was Bonzo, he's passed away, and there was JoJo. And my friend Rob, his clown name came from a band that he was in. They were like the Crazy Clown Posse, but they were called Futnut, and his clown name in that band was called Bobo. There's a Bobo Woods. I was just over there a while ago. It's where Bobo Woods is where they do it's basically log cabin village, thing, where you go and you see how people lived back in the log cabin village times with the Quaker. Well, right beside that is Bobo Woods. That's where I was. That's why I'm talking about this, because I was thinking about Bobo the clown. He's still around. He's a playwright. He mostly has talked about, he had a really good idea for a short film about two clowns. One was a really artistic clown that did like $20,000 performances. Like they couldn't even bring the lights up on him. At least they paid him $20,000 or something. That's the same way Marcel Marceau was. So he is like a really high class clown, like Beep the Clown. And that was Marcel Marceau's clown name. And then the other clown was like only birthday parties, got all the crappy jobs, kids laughing at him, and just a clown that didn't do very well. And they were brothers, and one was very, very artistic and got all the big gigs, the anthem gigs, and was a famous, well-known clown, and all this artwork. He's like, doing magic tricks and stuff, and like turning a pigeon into a ping pong, and people love him. He's like, oh yes, this, and the other clown was like at birthday parties, and kids were crying and throwing up on him. And it was a good idea for a short film. But anyway, that was Bobo's idea for a film. Bonzo's passed away, but then we were three clowns. It was pretty funny. But anyway, I got my JoJo the clown name from a Beatles song, and I did do some clowning a little bit with mime, but mostly I did mime stuff. This is how it starts off. These are the bicyclist clowns. At least they have their whistles and bells on. At least their lights are working. He's way in the lead. He's leading the pack. The lone wolf. Must be some kind of biking event going on. I have no idea. Or those were the bikers that had just passed. That's how quick they are. They go like 15 miles per hour and stuff like that. They stay at like a pretty good speed.
Always get there right on time.
A 906 1.1 for the Zap pickup. All right, Zap 920 on the way. All right, Burnett Plaza, 576 feet tall, 173 meters, the tallest building in Fort Worth. That one's going to go through an invisible, I know, I don't know how that would be possible. Some kind of invisible wall or something. Oh yeah, I see it. That's Burnett. Burnett. Like Carol Burnett. Probably. Is she still around? Carol Burnett? Oh, I remember these. Okay. A nice guy, man. All right, man. All right, TIFFs on our way. As in TIFSS, not tits, but TIFFs. It's 928. It's a place where you get treats, like you get you know what I mean, like it's stuff that you get. What's it called? Desserts. 929, 4 minutes, 1.2. I'm gonna walk Winky. Finally, they let me out. My goodness. The lovely sound of law. Better not be picking up fast food. We'll find out. They will find out, so it better be legit. There was actually a cop who arrested another cop. This happened a few times where they were misusing, because they were in a hurry. But you can't misuse that. It's got to be a real emergency. And the cop found out about it, and that cop pulled that other cop over, and I think they arrested him. And it was off the force at that point. He was late for something. He was using a siren on the highway to try to get to something. I'm sure it was legit, although that fireman's not following him. But it's probably just purely crime. That's why you want to sign up for ADT security alarms as quick as possible. Tiff's Treats. Not Tits Treats. Tiff's. Not tits, but Tiff's. There's a titwitch, not a titwitch. Right, Tiff's on the way. Not tits, but Tiff's. 9:52, 15 minutes. 8.6 for the delivery. Razoo's on the way. 10:02 for the pickup. They're lagging 15 minutes. 10:32 arrival. 12 minutes, 5.4 for Razoo's. Speed it up, guys. It's got 2 doors. Let's see the other one. All right, going for the U-turn. A good movie with Sean Penn. And who is the other one? Is it Selma Hayek or... I'm gonna have to look that up. Definitely Sean Penn's in it. It was done by Oliver Stone. Anyway, it's 10:50 arrival, 5 minutes, 0.9 for the pickup of the Valentine Waterburg. Sorry about that. Sean Penn and Jennifer Lopez are in U-turn. Why did I think it was Selma Hayek? But Oliver Stone directed it. He said there's an architect that comes in here and puts down his blueprint stuff and does architect stuff. She's like, are you that guy that's the architect that brings in the blueprints and puts stuff? No, it's not me. He's just trying to be me. I said, my dad built his own house. He did the whole blueprint thing. Whataburger on the way, 11:03. I'm trying to figure out how to show this on Hulu, because if you're going to watch the Oscars, you're going to get it on abc.com or Hulu, or you can try to live stream it if you have a good antenna. And that's hard to do nowadays with all the interference. There was a show, Reprisal was pretty good. That's the one that had the Three River Phoenixes. It was about the gangs that were all driving around one like they all had like almost like Road Warrior, but it was kind of sexy. I watched a few episodes of it. There was another one called like Lodge 49 or something, and that was like the best show ever on Hulu. Other than that, I just liked watching some of the movies on Hulu, but it was like a version of Netflix, but with more kind of cable series shows, you could call them. I believe I remembered it. Lodge 49, I got it. It had Wyatt Russell on it. It was very fun. It was like a mystery kind of thing about the Masons, and it was like very secretive and stuff. Lodge 49. It was a lot of fun. It was on Hulu. And then Reprisal was a lot of fun. This was probably like 2020 maybe. I was living in Carrollton at the mansions at Sunset Ridge in the luxury apartments. If you want to see me move into those luxury apartments, it's funny. It's called Inventory and Condition Form. It's a short film I made. It's also on Internet Movie Database under my name. I was a director. I wear the doubled up glasses and everything like I'm doing now. And I'm moving in trying to fill out a inventory and condition form. It's not my best acting, but it's pretty good direction. And it was set in apartment 14202. This is the same time Lodge 49 was really big. It was set in apartment 14202 at the Mansions of Sunset Ridge. That was my apartment. I believe in 2020 or 2021. Check it out. Inventory and condition form. It's those things you fill out when you're getting into an apartment. And that was the name of the short film that's on my channel. You just put inventory condition form Cole Spivey and it'll pull up the short film. And I'm moving in. It's a little, I don't know, it's not very long, maybe 20 minutes, maybe less. I used DaVinci Resolve to edit, and it was done on a Samsung 8. I didn't even have, the only Apple product I had was an iTouch, which I did score my very first big vlog on that about Jordan the Lion. Check it out. Inventory and Condition Form. It's a short film. Go check it out right now if you're at this part of the vlog, or I get mad at you. It is a short film because I eventually want to be a filmmaker. There goes a roaming police officer. But check it out. Inventory and Condition Form. I got to figure this thing out right here. These things get really crazy. Okay, yeah. This is where I went to prom at the Worthington. Right over this way. Where I went to prom with Jennifer Quarles. She made a title of one of my vlogs. She was my high school sweetheart. This is where we went. And they played Bryan Adams' Forever Young. And we danced. Forever Young. It's pretty big for prom. But this is where it was. It was up there in one of the rooms. Lobby. I just dropped off to a huge Brando fan. He's from Northern England. And we were talking about Gary Oldman. And I mentioned Crap's last tape. And Gary Oldman being in the west part of England, or whatever they call that, the West, whatever it is, West End or something like that. Got drunker than hell. That was like, the funny thing is like, Gary Oldman used to be my favorite actor until Brando. I'm telling about Brando. I was listen, none of them can touch Brando, not even Gary Oldman, but Gary Oldman was damn good. And we talked about Batman, a bunch of other stupid crap. And I mentioned Diane Salinger, just shooting. He's from Northern England, just shooting the shit, basically. The guy looked like a version of Hunter S. Thompson if Hunter S. Thompson had an English accent. He's like, oh, I'm here and I'm just talking, what do you think about Heath Ledger's Batman? I don't even know how we started talking about acting. Somehow we started talking about, I guess, no, I probably mentioned Gary Oldman because of his accent, because he's Northern England. But it went from Gary Oldman to Heath Ledger to Batman to Christian Bale to Marlon Brando. And just completely drunk in this. I was like, none of them can touch Marlon Brando because he was more insane than they were. Marlon Brando would sneak into people's apartments and make orange juice and then leave. And women would give him their keys during Streetcar Named Desire. I was more obsessed with Brando during that age, during his Stanley Kowalski. They would give him their keys and he would like occasionally use them, and he would drive around New York City in his Harley all night long. You know, he was horribly OCD. Jordan the Lion does a really good vlog about Marlon Brando. If you see the Jordan the Lion, Marlon Brando one, it's one of my favorite vlogs. It's a Protestant Methodist church. Always be closing. I found out they do this stuff on Sunday too, when they gotta get a little sleep in. My hours have gone from 6 hours to 13 hours, pretty much a day. And I guess I used that long period of doing a 6 hour shift of just, you know, dropping food at the doorstep. And now I'm adding a new thing that it's kind of confidential. I don't want to get into both of them are kind of confidential, to be honest, but I can talk about it. It's like under the radar van guy, Matt, out in Boston. He doesn't really say where he works. He might in one of his vlogs, but he does say that he works. He goes to the office once a week, and you know, so that's probably how he bought his van, his Ford Transit. But I'm using him as kind of an example because he's a new up-and-coming vlogger. He's hitting about 10,000 subscribers. And I usually find these guys, like I found Chris the Girl when she only had a few hundred subscribers. Now she's like the biggest thing on YouTube, or one of them. Tampa J and her are doing it kind of as a couple. Tampa's big, and he fed off, of course, Adam. Adam the Woo was like the manager of all these guys, to be honest. I saw him as kind of like a manager. You know, a manager. He was a guy that you learn stuff from. That's what you do with a manager. But these guys I'm working with, I couldn't even tell you the half of it. These door-to-door salesmen, I couldn't even tell you the half of it. But you're talking about actors? Shoot. They blow Laurence Olivier out of the wall. You can't tell these guys are acting 100 miles away. And I got this other guy who's knocking it out of the park because we're all trying to get sales. And he acts like this big noob, and he might be a noob, but he found his profession. You know, like in the class, he's like, oh, I forgot. You know, but he's like closing like crazy. So, you know, you got someone in training that can remember everything. Yeah, that didn't, you know, maybe so. You don't know how they are in the field. So this is like, you know, this is my second attempt at it. I'm trying to move up pay scale, basically, so I can buy more shit. You know, maybe a better drone. I've got 2 drones. I don't use them though. I just don't have the extra time to set up the drone and get the shot. You know, my stuff is I'm on the run. We'll go by the peace sign. They lit it up tonight. And that's turkey dogs. Gonna add avocado. About that much avocado. Then we will add this for exactly 3 minutes. Then when you get to the bottom of the 3 minutes, go ahead and add that and go 1 minute. So start with 3 and go to 1 after adding this. It's broccoli, spinach, carrots, ramen, a little bit of this. Now, when you're around Kitty, he's gonna wanna drink the tea. Right, Kitty? Watch out, watch out. Cover the front, top of it, just like that. You got yourself some tea, right, Kitty? To low for 1 minute. And Kitty got this tonight. We skipped today's kitty is. Oh, we got one of these. Right, kitty? And we're gonna end here for tonight. Make sure they're bright. The broccoli, the carrots, everything's very bright. And you can see the weenies are pretty much cooked too. I have that. And tonight we're gonna polish off some of this manicotti too, for this as well. All right, you have a good one. Tonight we're gonna watch a movie by Paramount. Good night. Don't mind if I do. One thing I might entertain myself is I might choose Hulu next month. That way I can watch the Oscars. That thing is sketchy. And I used to, on my old television, I have a USB. I have it on this one too. I can turn this on. All right, let's watch out for copyright here. Okay, so it was, yeah, it's right there. That was on my old TV, and on television I could pause it for up to like an hour. But I could never get the playback right to watch I'd go out on the Oscars, I'd pause it, and I'd come back, and I'd only be able to watch like towards the end of it. The Oscars is like 4 hours. It can go from 6 to 10. It's going to go from 6. Live stream on Hulu and ABC.com, which is basically on Hulu. So everyone's going to be doing Hulu in March if you want to put some money on Wall Street, put it on, well, I mean, I don't know how that helps you, but Hulu, it'll go up high, whether January, February, March, April, whether they buy in April, could launch Hulu a notch up as opposed to Apple TV. Apple TV was the last one I got other than Criterion. It's hard to drop Criterion because Criterion is going to be like all the good stuff. I shouldn't really be doing this one right here, but this is probably the one I'll choose for the Oscars. This will be Hulu right here, and we'll look at Criterion in a minute. Criterion is much like a library of movies that Criterion feels deserve to be there, like Ingmar Bergman's Seventh Seal, or let's say Fellini's collection, or David Lynch's Inland Empire, you know, or David Lynch's Mulholland Drive, or let's say the collection of Cassavetes, you know. All that's going to be on Criterion Collection. It's mostly just really sound movies. So if we go to sign up now, which we're not going to right now, you can log in or create an account. And I'm going to look at this later. When prompted, enter the activation code, complete all steps, your TV will be set up automatically. So I guess that's how they do it on that one.